again, friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy, and I'm glad you decided to join me for this very book March book video. First and foremost, I'd like to say, check out my eye makeup. I got rainbow, and then I got a pot of gold. At the end of it, it's pretty good for the most part. I tried. Um, I'll probably be working on some practicing more with it, but I mean, for the first, it's all right. I got all the colors in there. Yes, I had to look up the colors because I haven't done that in a long time. So I got red, orange, green, blue, and purple. I was too scared I'd really mess it up, so I didn't do it all the way across. But I continued it. This one's not as good as this one, but I tried. Since it's March, like I said, I wanted to do the rainbow theme. So that's what I tried with my makeup. I can't tell you guys enough. I tried so hard to make sure it said Happy St. Patrick's Day in the background. It took a lot of adjusting with my camera and adjusting with my tripod that I use to hold it up. So, appreciate it. No, that just took a little bit. The struggles of being a YouTuber. Anywho, let's just jump right into this. For today's books, I have decided that I'm going to share with you some standalones that I absolutely love to read. There's no necessary particular order to this or anything. These are just some great standalones that I love to read. Standalones are great because once you completed the book, that's it. You don't have to read, 6 more books to complete the series. It's just a nice story on its own, and I love them. Okay, so the first book that I would like to talk to you about is called A Long Way Down by Nick Hornby. This is about, how many is, 4 people who meet on a roof, in England on New Year's Eve, and they are there to commit suicide, and I know that sounds awful, and it is, it's not like a fun, happy topic, but one of the characters is going to jump, and someone interrupts them, another one of the 4 characters, and they decide to make a pack because more people kind of start to show up there to do the deed, we'll say, and they form this pack, and through that pack they also establish a friendship with each other, and each of the 4 characters has their own unique flavor, and they have their own unique reasons for wanting to jump. This is a very heartwarming story. I'll say there's a little bit of dark humor in here, but it's a book that leaves you kind of contemplating life in a way that hopefully is, you're happy with your situation, you try to make the best of situations. I know I'm probably not saying well-rounded what the book is, but if you like something different and in standalones, I would highly recommend this book. I really, really liked it. They also have a movie on it, and I would highly recommend watching the movie too. It kind of follows the book, but not really. Again, this is just, I really, really liked A Long Way Down by Nick Hornby. If that is not up your alley, I have a fantasy adventure for you, and it is called The 10th Kingdom Do You Believe in Magic by Catherine Wesley. Um, this was a Hallmark Entertainment television book series, book event, whatever. Excuse me, frog in the throat. I really love this book. It is about a ordinary girl and her father, and they live in New York City, and they discover this magical mirror, and they step through it and get transported into a fairy tale-esque like world that has everything from Little Red Riding Hood to a Rapunzel-esque like element. Just lots of everything you love in a good fairy tale story. I don't want to give too much of it away, but if you just are looking for an awesome, fun, lighthearted fantasy adventure, I would highly recommend you read this book. Also, if you like the book, you will probably love the mini series, which I do own. I just absolutely love that. It's just a fun adventure. Great read from start to finish. If you're not into fantasy adventures, I would recommend a book called Retreat by Jay Crownover, and it's called, or the Getaway series, Retreat, and this is the first book, and it is about this girl, this woman, and her best friend, and they go to a dude-like ranch, and while they are out on the trail and whatnot, some danger ensues, I guess is the best way to put it. And there is, her love interest is the owner of the said dude ranch. Sparks fly. It is a lovey-dovey book, so not for younger readers. But if you just want a good Western-esque like feel, Yellowstone-esque like feel, if you will, I would highly recommend this book. It is a page turner, great character development, great plot line. It keeps you guessing with all the twists and turns in it. Yeah, it's just an awesome book. If you are looking for a standalone book on the spicier side, and look at that cover. I mean, I'll go on a dude ranch with that man, if you know what I mean. So yeah, if you are interested in a westerny feel like standalone, I would highly recommend Retreat by Jay Crownover. And the last book, if you just want a princess-esque, is that even a word? Anyway, I cannot talk, fairy tale, like, eerie book, with kind of spooky, gives you the heebie-jeebies in a way, if you will, I would recommend Entwined by Heather Dixon. Now, this is a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. The main character has 11 other sisters, and they're kind of sick of their life being princesses and going through the formalities of being royalty and what have you. And then a situation happens, I'll say, because I don't want to give, it's hard not giving plotline away, but a place where, and a person, if you will, who tells them to come with me and you can forget about your troubles at night. So each night they sneak away into a magical place, and at first the girls love it. It's just an escape for them. There's freedom, there's everything they want. But as they are there longer, there is a dark secret, and it can have devastating consequences in the real world, if you will. I just loved this book. It was just everything epic, very fantasy forward, if you will, very princessy, royalty forward with, the beautiful dresses and dancing and all that good stuff. I was blown away by the writing. I just absolutely loved this standalone. Again, here's the cover of it. It is so beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful covers. There's the back, or here's the front of it. But if you just want something different and like the fantasy, not fantasy, but epic, I guess, in the fantasy genre and the feel of princess vibes, I would definitely check out Entwined. You will not be disappointed. And I have one more book to recommend because it's what I always do on this channel, and that book is the book I wrote. It is a high fantasy adventure book, and it is called Legends, Orbs of the Elements. I wrote this book, and I am so proud of it. I am currently editing the sequel to this book. I'm on chapter 76, so I am well on my way. But if you are not familiar with the book I wrote, it is called, again, Legends, Orbs of the Elements. Let me read the back to you. It says, Leon of the Western Plains thought he was like any other young man. He is content learning his father's business as a hunting guide. There is nothing Leon enjoys more than being out with his father on the wide open plains with his faithful steed and armed with his trusty bow and arrows. Life was good. Life was simple and predictable. That, however, would soon change when a mysterious young woman arrives at his family house with an unusual request. Leon, at first, rejects what the guest has to say to him. Surely this woman has the wrong person. His parents wouldn't keep secrets from him, would they? The winds of fate are not blowing in Leon's favor when a life-threatening situation happens with his family. It leaves Leon with no choice but to join forces with the mysterious young woman in a life-changing magical quest that could reshape their world. Unknowns to Leon, Prince Nero of the Northern Highlands craves more power and territory. There is no denying he rules with an iron fist and dark magic. Aided by both a dark wizard and witch, he desires to rule the entire world and will slaughter any who resist. He fears no one, nothing. Who or what could stand up against Nero's mighty magical warriors? So that is what it is about. I took a lot of time and didn't go with the typical fantasy tropes. I tried to avoid the typical things that occur in fantasy books. And like I said, I am so proud of this book. If you are interested in purchasing this, it can be purchased on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Apple iBooks, and other places online that books are sold. It would mean so much to me if you go check it out, and if you love it, write a review, because that so helps book sales and just helps me. If you know anybody that loves fantasy and adventure or wants to start to get into fantasy and adventure type books, I would recommend my book, because it is a good book to dip your toes into the fantasy world, if you will. Like I said, I am working on the second book, and I will tell you the name of the second book. It is going to be called Legends, The Age of the Soul Collector, I believe. I'm still kind of playing with the title, but it is going to be, or it will be Legends 2, The Age of the Soul Collector. So, I will keep you guys updated on all that fun stuff. If you are interested in just learning more about my book, I do have a TikTok account. I am posting stuff once a month, or I'm sorry, once a week. I sometimes read snippets of this book. Sometimes I read snippets of the second legend book. And so if you want to go check out all that fun stuff, you can find me on TikTok at Idaho Disney Book Dragon. That just, again, would be really cool. Sorry. I'm so sorry. My throat's a little scratchy. So that's all the books for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I love all having new subscribers. Welcome everyone who is a new subscriber. Down in the comments below, tell me what book of the books that I showed, what book looked interesting to you, or what book are you currently reading? No, I take it back. What your favorite standalone book is. I would absolutely love to know. And I will see you guys soon in my new video. Bye-bye. Remember, keep your eye out for leprechauns.